Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we re-diving into one of the most powerful and transformative stories in the entire Bible, Genesis chapter 28. This isn't just an ancient tale. It's a profound encounter that echoes through time, holding deep meaning for our own lives. We're talking about Jacob's famous dream at a place he would name Bethel, meaning house of God. So, let's set the scene. Jacob is on the run. He's just deceived his father Isaac and stolen the birthright from his twin brother, Esau. He's leaving everything he knows behind, fleeing for his life towards Haran. He's alone, afraid, and his future is completely uncertain. As night falls, he finds himself in a desolate, rocky place. He grabs a stone for a pillow can. You imagine how uncomfortable that must have been, and lies down to sleep. He's at his absolute lowest point. But it's right here, in this moment of desperation and isolation, that something extraordinary happens. Jacob has a dream. He sees a magnificent stairway or ladder set up on the earth, and its top reaches all the way to heaven. And behold, the angels of God are ascending and descending on it. This isn't just a random dream. It's a divine revelation. The stairway represents the bridge, the connection between heaven and earth, between God and humanity. It shows that even when we feel completely cut off, God is still reaching down to us. At the top of this incredible stairway stands the Lord himself, and God speaks directly to Jacob. He introduces himself as the God of Abraham and Isaac, connecting Jacob to his heritage and the promises made to his forefathers. Then, God gives Jacob 3 life-changing promises. First, he promises the land on which Jacob is lying to him and his descendants. This is the covenant promise of a homeland. Second, God promises that Jacob's descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth, spreading out in all directions and bringing blessing to all the families of the earth. This promise points forward, not just to the nation of Israel, but ultimately to the Messiah, who would come from Jacob's line to bless the entire world. It's a promise of legacy and purpose, far beyond what Jacob could have imagined at that moment. And third, and perhaps most comforting for Jacob in his current state, God gives him a personal promise of presence and protection. He says, "Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go and will bring you back to this land. For I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." This wasn't just a general promise. It was a direct, personal assurance to a lonely, frightened man. God saw Jacob in his distress and promised to be his constant companion and protector. When Jacob wakes up, he's shaken to his core. He's filled with awe and a little bit of fear. He exclaims, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." He realizes that this desolate spot is actually the house of God and the very gate of heaven. The place he thought was empty was actually filled with God's presence. So he takes the stone he used as a pillow, sets it up as a pillar, and anoints it with oil, consecrating the site as a holy place. He names it Bethel. This experience completely transforms Jacob. He goes from being a fearful fugitive to a man with a divine mission and a covenant relationship. With God, he makes a vow, saying that if God will be with him and provide for him, then the Lord will be his God. This sacred moment at Bethel becomes the anchor for the rest of his life. A constant reminder of God's faithfulness and his incredible promises. So what does this mean for us today? Jacob's story reminds us that our Bethel moments often come when we least expect them, especially when we're at our lowest. When we feel alone, lost, or on the run from our past, that is often when God meets us most powerfully. It teaches us that God is always present, even when we don't feel him. The God who bridged heaven and earth for Jacob is the same God who bridges the gap to us. This story is a beautiful reminder that no matter where we are or what we've done, God is reaching out, ready to turn our desolate places into holy ground. Thanks so much for watching. If this story touched you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the scriptures. See you next time.